Good morning. Eyes up, hearts up, mind sharp, compassion on full blast. Okay, let's go. Hello to my students. This is my home office. I don't get to be in class with you today, but ever since yesterday when we were sent home and told that we wouldn't be back for probably 2 weeks, I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about what we're gonna do as far as class, and then just what we're all gonna do to stay safe and happy and sane and all of that as well. So I just wanted to make a video for you and say hi. I hope you're doing well and that you got more of a chance to rest than you normally do, maybe more of a chance to see your family and hang out with them than you normally do. That part of this is kind of nice, really. So it's kind of weird that, at least for you 8th graders, we just finished reading The Diary of Anne Frank, which is a story about a girl who has to stay in one place for a really long time with her family. And I'm definitely not equating our situation with hers. We are much safer. We are not in hiding. We are not in that kind of danger. So actually that's kind of helpful just to think about how lucky we are, even when we're, in a situation that's not so much fun. But we are in a similar situation to her where we are just gonna be probably inside quite a bit. I mean, plus it's raining and we don't know what to do with the rain. So yeah, and everything's closed. So we're gonna be inside a lot. And it was very sudden for us, and it was probably very sudden for Anne. Her family had been preparing, but we can learn a lot from her situation just to kind of keep us going through this while things feel uncertain and we're not following our usual routines. But I was thinking about how Anne and Margot and their dad would still do like little tutoring sessions every day, and she would still practice her algebra even though she hated it, and she would practice her French. Meep would bring them books from the library, and Anne would write in her diary every day. And if we're home like this, like, we can't just sit here and think about all of the weird things that are going on, but it's helpful for us to stick to our normal routines as much as possible and do some of the things that we normally do, at least as much as we can. So for my 8th graders, you just practiced writing in a diary. You might still have some leftover pages in there. It could be really helpful for you to just write down what is happening right now, what's going through your mind. 20 years from now, this is something that people are going to remember and talk about and ask about. And when they say, oh, you were 13 or 11 when that happened, what was it like for you? What were you thinking? It would be kind of cool to go back to a diary entry and be able to read about what you really were thinking at this time. So 6th graders, this is a historic event that we're living through. And if we think about it, most of the historic events that people live through are not super positive. Like, they're not really things that you want to be a part of. Wars and revolutions and takeovers and things like that. But there are people who come through those things stronger in the end. And the people who do well in situations like this are people who keep doing the right thing even when they're not forced to. So I can't go over to your house and force you to keep reading or force you to write in a diary or force you to do your history homework, but I'm going to continue to put lessons up on Google Classroom and send you guys things that I think are interesting, because I think you should keep your mind sharp as much as you can. There is going to be a time after this when things do go back to normal, or at least as normal as possible. And it would be great if we kept learning through this time. So for my 8th graders, we're gonna continue to work on our vocabulary. That's something that we didn't always get to spend a whole lot of time on during our busy schedule and busy classes, but we have some time right now. So let's really work on your vocabulary. I'll be sending things out to you through Flowcabulary, and let's just get awesome at that, so that when we come back and when you're taking like the PSAT and things like that, your vocabulary is just going to be incredible because you used this time to work on that. We can also be reading. I'm working on something to send out to you to help you kind of reflect on your reading and build your skills as you read through a novel. I'm actually like just really trying to keep my mind off of things because it is a little bit scary for me. So yesterday I read a book. I think I have it. Yeah. I read this one. It was a really interesting novel. It kept my mind from kind of like spiraling and thinking of worst case scenarios, and I learned a lot from this book. So make sure that you have something to read because that's going to keep your mind stimulated. It's going to keep it focused on something besides your worries, and a lot of times it's stories where we learn examples of what we can do. So if you skipped any of those Anne Frank readings, go back and read those. I think somebody went ahead and borrowed the actual Anne Frank diary, so read that for sure. If you can get a hold of that book somehow right now on Amazon or an ebook or something, read through Anne's diary. That's gonna feel so different to read it while you are also in your house and not really able to leave. Our world is so fast-paced, even our school is so fast-paced, and a lot of times we don't have the time to just like stop and work on anything. So if there's a math skill, for example, that you were really struggling with and you never got the opportunity to like just slow down and focus on that and work on that, find a Khan Academy lesson about it, or the Big Ideas Math, or a vocabulary lesson or something. Like take this time to build those skills that you don't normally have time to focus on. Oh, Jensen wants to say hi to you.
No.
Yeah, he found this little toy.
Mommy, what's that?
Screenslaver's handle.
Screenslaver handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Screenslaver
Yeah.
handle.
So 8th graders, think about Anne and think about the things that she did that were helpful for her family and the things that weren't so helpful. I can't remember if it was in the movie or the play or the script or in Anne's diary. Now I'm getting all of our mediums mixed up, but I remember Mr. Franck saying, "We work and we hope." It was important to him that his girls keep studying, keep reading. He helped them do that, and so we want to do the same thing. We want to work and hope.
It's Screenslaver.
Oh, yeah.
Mom, because I read the Screenslaver.
Okay, he really wants to show you Screenslaver.
Screenslaver.
Yeah, who I really don't like.
And he have teeth.
He's got teeth, yeah.
Mom, what's that?
It's like a mask or something. It's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. So anyway, in times like this, the best that we can hope for is that everybody chooses to do the right thing even when they're not forced to, and that everybody stays positive and just makes the best of a situation like this. So I'm thinking, I don't always have time to practice the piano, so I should practice the piano. Like that will bring me joy. It makes me happy. I can work on a skill that I don't always get to work on, and I can just feel like I'm doing something productive. So try your best to do something productive every day. Your teachers are going to be pushing things out to you that you can work on. If anyone is going to be awesome at like continuing life even without being able to see people face to face, it's you guys, because you are awesome at like continuing friendships through technology, even if you can't see people all the time. You guys are awesome at learning through technology, learning from YouTube videos or tutorials or whatever. Like this is your time to shine. You're awesome at this. You've been like preparing your whole life for this. So you'll be great. I'm not worried about you, but I am hoping that you check in on Google Classroom when I post assignments, just because I want to see what you're up to and how you're doing. I mean, I'm definitely catching up on my Netflix. I've been watching more of that Mohenjo-Daro movie, 6th graders. There's a whole like dance and musical scene. Yeah, it's good. Almost as good as the crocodile scene. So this is your reminder to not just play Fortnite for a fortnight. If you don't know what a fortnight is, look it up. Keep reading, keep writing, keep practicing your instruments, keep practicing your lines if you're in the play. Just keep doing things that are gonna make you more prepared when all of this is over and we're able to go back to normal and kind of try to piece things together again.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Say keep reading.
Keep reading.
Say see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye, guys.